2, 1.
Ahoy, motherfuckers. Welcome to Hindsight. My name is Derek. As always, I'm joined by Jeff and Brandon. On this 4th of July, I think that it's only right that instead of fireworks, we talk about a dud.
Boom, boom.
So we watched How to Be a Player, the Bill Bellamy movie of the 90s. And I gotta say, the first half of this movie is literally a tale of two movies. I think that's the problem with it. And this movie is Bill Bellamy at his best. Like, this is Bill Bellamy at his fast lane best. He was in his element in this movie. And Natalie Desselle ate this movie alive. Like, they both did tremendous in this movie. The women in this movie were, to a point, beautiful. Like, they were all beautiful women, which is what you were looking for in this movie in the 90s.
All colors.
All colors.
From dark skin to white skin.
From dark skin to white skin.
Yeah,
actually, like, all the way through. Every woman seemed to be, they weren't like just hoes. They had autonomy. They were all living different lives. They all had different mindsets and ideals and standards and all that. And I really did enjoy that. But Dray's friends are emblematic of this movie as a whole. They literally, 95% of the time that they were in the movie, they sat in the car and waited for Dray to come back from fucking somebody. And while they were in the car, they made jokes or farted on each other or really just sat there and waited for the next scene to come.
That's why they ain't get no hoes.
So AJ and old boy from Juice, they wanted to be like Bill Bellamy character.
Mm-hmm.
And Pierre, I guess he thought he being hanging around him so as much. I guess that's his best friend out the group, that he wanted to be just like him, but he really did.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, whatever. But the thing for this movie that just didn't work for me was, I watching it now with older eyes and realizing what was going on then, I understand why Bill Bellamy was the lead for this movie. I get it. He was hot. I think he was just coming off of the MTV thing. And I think Love Jones. So I get it. You know, this is his vehicle was going to launch him to the stratosphere, I guess. But he didn't. While I think the cast was great, he didn't really have nobody to bounce off
at all.
No, just his sister.
Him. Yeah, just his. Yeah, I'll give you that. Just his sister. Other than that, everybody's.
Well, and his uncle. His uncle was cool as hell.
His uncle
Max
was
Julian, and that's what I was saying. What the problem with I still, and it highlighted it when I saw it. When you see Max Julian, of course he's the Mac. So you could kind of tell that's what they're trying to do. Oh, you know, he's the Mac in this movie, and I'm acting like my uncle. But Bill Bellamy doesn't give all those Mac vibes.
Exactly.
But he does give off a nigga who fucks a bunch of women vibes.
Right, but they were trying to make it in the shadow of the Mac. Like, oh, you know, you got to have this somewhat similar pimp mentality.
You took on, you're the next generation of your uncle, and that's not true at all. The nigga's a serial cheater. There's a difference. There's a difference. And it's okay with being a serial cheater, but that's not there's a difference between pimps and cheaters. His uncle was a certified, born in the blood pimp. Like, he talked to him like he was a pimp. He had a bottom bitch like he was a pimp. The nigga was a pimp. Dray was a juggler.
Yeah, he was a player. That's what the movie's called, How to Be a Player, not How to Be a Pimp.
Yeah, but his uncle's a pimp.
Yeah, but he's not a pimp. They made a point in the movie to say he's not a pimp. His sister kept calling him a pimp, and he's like, I'm not a pimp.
You know who's actually right throughout this movie? fucking sister.
She's not wrong.
You know who's right? His sister is right
She's
throughout
not
the entire
wrong.
movie. So when she calls him a pimp, his uncle, not Dray. Dray was not a pimp at all. Dray was a player. Dray juggled. Dray was the niggas that we hung out with in high school who would go to the mall and see how many telephone numbers he could get in one day.
Yes. That's exactly who. That was a perfect description. Mm-hmm. That's exactly who he was.
But we never thought of ourselves as pimps. That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't think of himself as a pimp.
But what I'm saying is they mixed the liquids when they brought Max Julian in, who is a Mac. He's a pimp. And his whole persona in this movie was that of a pimp.
It's just his character from the Mac. That's all.
Yeah. They're saying that Bill Bellamy learned
the next iteration.
No, that's not what they were saying. They were saying that Dray learned how to be this man, like this person that can get women around him from his uncle. And he incorporated that into his own thing. Because the whole first part of the movie, his sister's like, Dray, you ain't nothing but a pimp. You just do this, you hold women. And he's like, no, I'm not a pimp. I just go out and satisfy women. I just know women. So they're saying that he took stuff from his uncle and then incorporated that into his get down. Not that he is his uncle. Is that like this is who he learned how to be suave around women from? Is the movie. But there is one. See, y'all are saying stuff that's actually good about the movie. Y'all didn't say the one thing that's unbelievable about the movie.
Oh, you want us to talk about the bad stuff?
I want to know. I want to know.
I was trying to be nice.
What pill he was taking to be able to fuck that many times in one day in a short period of time all across the city.
Nigga, it's called being a 24-year-old. What the fuck?
No.
He had to be in his mid-20s.
Nigga, when I was 24, I wish a nigga, man, look.
I'm sorry, guys. This Brandon, I can get why you would pick this movie, but I was just sitting there and I realized in the third act, I was like, I have not laughed once.
I laughed a few times. Not that much, though.
I did not laugh once. I was just looking. I was like, even when I saw Bernie Mac, I was just like,
that nigga was funny.
I watched this movie, and from the moment that Pierre appeared, stuck between Elise Neal, who was fascinatingly beautiful.
Yes, Lord.
And some other woman wearing a fucking cowboy hat and his boxers.
Who was also fine.
I was like, this movie drags a lot. It
drags.
Yeah, and it drags from scene to scene. He's doing the same thing over and over again. It's repetitive. He has reasons why he's doing stuff. I guess he tells you what he's doing. He's literally the Black Ferris Bueller of players.
Yeah,
he is.
He breaks the fourth wall constantly.
This is the Jay-Z Girls video in a movie. Is what it is.
What do you think? Well, the Jay-Z Girls video in a movie, yes, but also this is a direct line from Ferris Bueller. It could be more than one thing. And the way that he kept getting away with shit was very Ferris Bueller-like, because that hide and go seek party scene was some utter bullshit.
That nigga was pulling it off. He adapted. That's what happens when you put a player in a hostile environment. They adapt.
Okay, let's talk about a hostile environment. How that nigga paged every single girl at the same time.
Well, it was kind of like back to back to back. Yeah, because he had his cell phone in his arm.
Yeah, nobody's pager went off at the same time. It was one, then another, and then another, then another.
No, you don't know that, because they all came running out the door back to back to back to back.
Yeah, not at the same time. Back to back to back to back.
But my problem with that was, okay, his sister called all the girls there so they could surprise Dray, right? where was the end game for her? Like she just wanted to see it all for. She played it
yes.
wrong.
She just wanted to see him burn because she's still salty because that nigga fucked her over.
Okay, girls, we all gonna meet me somewhere, at a certain spot in the front of the doors, and we're gonna all just
no. See, you're missing. See, this is what happened when you.
They were trying. She was trying to fuck him up.
No. You're missing. You're missing a big plot point that explains why she did it this way. What were her and Katrina working on?
Some science project.
They were working on an anthropology project, which is the study of people. And their project was, how do men cheat and get away with it? Like the psychology of a man who cheats because she's still hurt because the dude did her wrong. So that's why she decided to do a project on it. So it don't work. It don't work if you just say, hey guys, let's all just run up in there and get him. Didn't I get you? It's like, no. What happens when when he's got to figure out how to play all this around? That's why she did it that way. They explained that with the science project.
Can I tell you something? Her friend was trash, but I'll say
trash to her.
She was trash,
like a trash friend.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Her end game was she wanted that dick. That was her end game. She wanted the dick. Yeah, it worked out in the end for her. I guess he got caught or whatever, but it wasn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is, in the end, I would have felt more satisfied if it was his sister that busted him more than the friend they got, because she got her cake and eat it too. And it was just like, we don't know you. You're just a friend. You're just a sexy friend who finds him attractive.
I never thought about it that way. That makes sense. You know how I thought about it? I thought it was a good ending because it was what happens when the player gets played. That's how I looked at it. He got played by a bigger player.
Look at it that way too. You can look at it that way too.
I looked at it as the one person who got treated the worst in this movie was the one person who also didn't have a set and defined role past his girlfriend, and that was Lisa. Why was Lisa coming to his house early in the morning to clean this nigga's house if she had a whole ass job?
I think it's because the thing is, if you can see, she was always leery. Like, I think he may be cheating, so maybe she was trying to catch him.
That's what she was trying to do.
I'm not cleaning somebody's house to see if they cheating. And she was like, I got to clean up before I go to work. Nah.
No, she think he's stupid. Jeff is right. She's like, hey, baby, I'm going to come over and clean your house this morning because, I know that's a little bit dirty. And she thinks, oh, he going to be like, oh, yeah, baby, come and do that. And then when I get in there, I'm going to go through all his shit and I'm going to find out if he's doing dirt. And it's her way. Because otherwise, you can't just come to the nigga house and start going through his shit. I'm going through your shit right now. Like, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, always in the back of her mind that he might be cheating. So this was her way of like, snoop a little.
Yeah. What I'm saying is this. It's an empty way to get this whole thing established. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I know strong black women. I know strong women. They're not going to look for a reason to prove that you're cheating. If they think you're cheating, they're just going to hit the door. They're definitely not going to clean your fucking house to see if you're cheating.
You gotta get on the internet, buddy. What you are describing is not in line with what I read on the internet from people and women on how they catch men cheating. It seemed like a lot of 007 shit on how they catch men in the act of cheating all the time. It's some 007 shit.
Let's just say woman will go above and beyond to find out you're cheating.
It's some 007 shit. I don't often see the woman says, you know what, I thought he was cheating, so I left. Sometimes it's the satisfaction of proving it.
I knew he was cheating. Yeah, okay.
But listen, he was ready for it. You gotta give him credit. He was ready. He was like, look, I know exactly what she think I'm stupid. I know exactly what she doing. I'm ready for that shit. Had the backup answer machine and everything.
Yeah. Okay. That part too.
I'm just wondering, like, okay, this movie was in 1997, right?
Mhm.
and it's 2026. Was I just missing some of the comedy beats? Was that
No.
just the shit that we was laughing at?
No.
back
No,
then?
I only laughed a couple times in the movie. It wasn't funny. It was just entertaining, if that makes sense.
It was. I think the biggest example of how this movie made me feel was the two brothers, the two twin brothers.
Oh God, no! Because
They was in a bunch of
movies. Whenever they show up in a movie, I know something stupid's about to happen.
They play the same character in every movie.
But with this, was there a bit always just that we're the fat twins?
We're the fat twins.
Yes, that was a very 90s trope.
Listen, no knock on them. Get your money, do what you got to do. But that's just a wild, like Hollywood, like that's just wild to me. Like I get it that used to be a thing, like the fat guy in the Animal House. You know what I mean? Just certain stuff, certain movies. You always got to have a fat guy in the movie, whatever. But for us, I'm just like, I just hated it. Even when I saw them, I don't hate them because of the actors. I'm just like, why is this a trope? Why is this a thing? I don't get it.
The only time that he wasn't characterized in a movie where when I saw him, I was like, it's about to be stupid, was when he was when they were in Me, Myself, and Irene.
Right. Yes. That's
the only time. So when they showed up,
they were older
movie, I was
then.
like, yeah. And it was them and Anthony Anderson. So they were able to play off somebody who was actually funny. But when I see those two, I'm just like, ugh, oh my God.
It's a cringe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a cringe. I don't know. It's just a cringe to me. I don't like it.
It was very 90s because it had like a big thing in the 90s that's not funny now, but that every comedian in the 90s did, and it was funny in the 90s, was they would do like a play on words with like people's names, like Arsenio Hallway. The movie had a bunch of that, which was that was just a big thing in the 90s. They just did. I mean, Martin did it all the time. That was just a 90s thing, but that's not funny anymore. So it's not like going to hit. They were like Bernie Mac showing up to them and they say, he got a gun. And then he pulls out his asthma thing. It's always going to be funny to me. That shit is fucking funny.
Back to what you just said. Is it not? I think it still is funny because I can watch Martin, and when Martin doing it in the show, depending on what episode, it's still funny. Maybe it's just because Martin was really good at it. I just felt like in this movie, it was just like, okay, yeah, you just swung and missed with that one. Close. Yeah. But you just swung and missed.
No, it wasn't that many laugh out loud to me, except Bernie Mac and his sister. She's funny.
His sister was on one until she back the man of her eyes.
She was crashing out. She pick up her phone. Yeah. She's doing dirt in this nigga house. The phone ring. I'm gonna pick up the phone. Why you gonna pick up the phone? This is stupid. I'm gonna pick up the fucking phone and act like I'm one of his hoes, and then get caught.
Well,
and she started crashing out.
I appreciate that both of them did feel like a brother and sister relationship. That's what I did appreciate about the film. I felt that.
Yeah, one thing I definitely did feel is when he did disrespect her about the ex-boyfriend, and she realized that he had her on speakerphone, so he was embarrassing her in front of his friends. Mm-hmm. He called right back to apologize. That did seem like some older brother, little sister type stuff.
Yeah, immediately.
Definitely. But one thing we haven't talked about again is just the thing that we haven't talked about is the scene to scene, same scene. The only scene that was different when he wasn't in his house and the party that occurred. The only scene that wasn't that was different was Buster and the wife. Well, I thought it was Amon for a second, but I guess it wasn't. Everything else was he goes to somebody's house, he fucks them, he leaves, and they sit in the car and make jokes and over again.
But it didn't. This film didn't flow like a movie, more like what
cutscenes
and like a lemon color. Like that's all it was. It was just we're here. This is what's gonna happen. We're here. This is what's gonna happen. It didn't feel like a movie maybe until midway through the film. I think maybe
we're not even gonna. It felt like
mother's house.
It felt like they didn't even give AJ Johnson and Steele and Pierre lines. It felt like they just told them improvise while he goes inside and has sex.
Oh, let me tell you something. if it's one thing I know about this film, AJ Johnson and Pierre got the riff. They definitely got the riff, and I can tell the scenes where they were just riffing, and they just took like the best take of whatever that scene was. Another thing that just made me feel weird. Why am I going to watch my homie fuck when AJ and Steele was like, "Oh, I got to go see this."
This was still the era of niggas watching pornos with other niggas.
Yes, that was the thing back then.
It was a wild ass time. I remember when I was in college, there was a dorm where the frat brothers would get together and watch porn. And honestly, in hindsight, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, they were probably the group that did some horrible stuff to women.
Yes. But this one is they trying to learn. They trying to learn.
I give them that, but they were just super excited, boy.
They was trying to learn until they got sent to take the goddamn bus home. And then they was hating. Look, so man,
really did.
This movie probably, I think this is my statement of the movie. Mm-hmm. There's never been a movie that had more fine women in it than this movie. Ever.
No,
ever.
You're wrong.
I don't know about that one.
Tell me
you're
one.
Wrong.
No, let me just try to think on the fly.
Exactly. That's the problem. Not to quantify it, but you're wrong. And yes, there were a lot of beautiful women in this film, but that's wrong.
I mean,
beautiful women that had roles, not just like background people.
Real
that
talk.
Had lines and shit.
Hold on, real talk. Boomerang take that out quick with 3 women.
That is true.
That's not more. That's
Layla
3.
Rashawn, Robin Givens, and Halle Berry. That's easy.
I didn't say had better looking women. I said they had more better looking women. Every single woman that had a line in this movie was fine.
But every single woman who had a line in this movie had literally a line in this movie. Except for her friend. What the fuck was her friend's name?
Katrina. No, Sherry had a bunch of lines. She was in like 6 scenes.
Was Sherry was Buster's wife, right?
No, Sherry was the dark-skinned one with the dominatrix.
She was wild.
Yeah.
Buster's wife had multiple lines.
Wait a minute. How Bill Bellamy been fucking with that dominatrix all that time and they would use the chair? Because Pierre was like, "You use the chair?" He said, "No, man, I ain't use it." What? Why not? You should be using this chair. Anyway, okay.
But yeah, they had lines, but the lines that they had they didn't deviate. Like there was no growth or anything in the lines. Sherry wanted to fuck him at home. She wanted to fuck him in the bathroom at the party. The white girl fucked him at home. And yeah, the cutest one, the weed head Dray. That was her whole thing the whole fucking time. Let me see
she
what
was
else.
Supposed to be a weed head? I just thought she was supposed to be like a...
No, she was definitely a weed head hippie.
If she was a hippie, she was a weed head. Back in the 90s, it went hand in hand. She was a rusted root listening black girl who smoked a lot of patchouli.
Oh, she was cute.
Yes.
Very cute.
And the Jamaican. Yeah, the
Jamaican, her whole thing was...
let me tell you something.
Patra, her whole thing...
Jamaican would have caught him. Real facts, that shit would have went down. She would have caught his ass.
But that's the question that I had. How big is this fucking house?
It looked like a big ass house in Malibu. It was
a big house, but I just think everything just worked out for him because he was Dray.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
A better question is, everybody in this movie had money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dre's apartment was fly as fuck.
He worked for
Dre's apartment had a fucking upstairs and a downstairs, which I've never seen. Well, he had a penthouse suite. It had to have been.
We had a loft.
Yes, he worked at Def Jam. He told his mom that he had to leave to go and scout some talent.
That we never.
Amber's house was fly. She had a bunch of money. The dominatrix house was fucking huge. How the fuck she have all that stuff in it?
Everybody had money. That's one thing I can't give this more. They didn't seem like everybody seemed like they were on the same scale as far as like money and stuff like that. Now,
Except for his niggas, because Pierre lived in a
sure.
1-bedroom studio apartment that was scuzzy as fuck, and we don't know what AJ Johnson and Still were living in.
No, because Pierre, he had it upstairs, because when the girl came downstairs, the side piece came downstairs.
No, they came downstairs to the apartment. Like, they went out front. Remember, everybody was sitting out front in the car, and he came out chasing Elise Neal as she stomped down the stairs of his fucking motel-looking apartment.
Elise Neal just needs to be loved more.
I agree wholeheartedly.
That woman is amazing.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. But Brandon, I understand why you picked this movie. I'm not mad that you picked this movie. It's not it's a movie that I can sit down and watch. And I sat down and watched it with Nisha, and we sat there and we looked at each other and we were like, it's like what Jeff said. Did you laugh?
No, it's just it's not a funny movie. It's a fun movie.
I just watched it. But I think if I remember correctly, MTV, and I get why MTV was, trying to promote it that way. It was a big comedy. It was the comedy of whenever it was supposed to come out. And I was just like, oh boy, were we just bad at picking comedies back then? Or was this just the best it was? Because I'm almost sure it went hand in hand with MTV. Even though I'm thinking at that point he wasn't working with MTV no more. I'm sure they promoted it.
To me, it was a fun movie, not a funny movie. I can watch this movie and I can watch it all the way through. And I'm like, okay, that was fun.
But you know what the funny thing is? It wasn't a grind to watch it. I think it's just like Rashani said, it was just drag. It just dragged. That's the only thing for me. It dragged.
Like the scenes where Dray was there, bouncing off of Katrina and his sister, those were the most energetic scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like it would be when he was bouncing off his guys, but in all honesty, he had no fucking cohesion with his guys. There was no energy.
You know why? Because Dray was the end all and be all, and they were all three were at the bottom of the barrel.
That's it. It literally felt like, why the fuck would Dray hang out with these three niggas?
Exactly. And it was like, hey, I gotta school all three of y'all because y'all just don't know how to do this. Watch me do these things, and y'all may learn something.
Yeah, like why would Dray hang out with these three niggas who literally are struggling to be anything near where he is?
Because that's his boys from growing up.
Cool, but it would have been better if it was Dray. Then Pierre's character would have been like kind of in between, where he's like he got the game, but he just be fucking up with little stuff, and then
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like levels, but it was just like all three of them were all his friends were on the same level.
Well, I think that Pierre was supposed to be different than the other two.
Well, they didn't portray him that way.
They didn't portray him like that. And what I liked was
they did, because the whole movie, instead of just being like, fuck that bitch, I'm going to go get some pussy, he's calling her and baby pleasing her in the background.
But what we're saying is
how he was talking to each one of them, how Dray was handling each one of them.
And when I look at ensemble movies such as this, what comes to mind, we talked about it earlier, was Boomerang. And the difference between this and that classic movie is that the friends in that movie all had different qualities, and they all had different lives, and they all brought something else to the table that Eddie Murphy was able to bounce off of. This movie didn't have that. They were all straight line vapid. And it was boring as a result. Like, there was no part where, even when he was fucking the white girl in the house, and she was the only one who showed her titties, so as a 17-year-old, I know that was something I was like, oh yeah. Even when they showed that, when they went back to his friends looking through the window and still farted in AJ Johnson's face, I didn't laugh. Get back to the titties. Like, fuck these niggas.
Oh, no, they showed everybody's titties.
Yeah. They
Katrina's titties, Sherry's titties. You saw all of them.
I didn't remember. I remember that part because that's when Steele farted in that nigga's face. Also, this movie came out in August 6th,
so that was the summer
of 1997. In February, I want to say, Babs came out. No, in March 28th, Babs came out. So Pierre and and Natalie and AJ Johnson had all been together twice, and they still had no chemistry. That's the word. He had no chemistry with his own guys.
Okay,
like if you grew up with somebody, if I knew y'all niggas my whole life, we have chemistry. Like when we're together, there's gonna be an energy or something. There was nothing there.
You want to know something funny? The woman who played Amber, her name is Amber. Amber played Amber. She was a Sports Illustrated model.
You want to hear something else that's funny? Is the fact that they literally made Lark Voorhies name Lisa like she was from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be the joke. Because they made another joke. They made another joke at the cookout that was like real meta. Like that. I forget. I meant to. I was like, oh, I'm gonna say this on the show. I forgot what they said. But it was like
I don't feel like this movie was smart enough to have met.
Rashani, if you look at how much movie did this movie spend to make and how much did it make back?
What was the budget and what was the return?
Yeah.
The budget was $15 million, gentlemen.
That's about right. Okay.
Yeah. They made back 14.
Jesus.
Oh, so they made their money back. Okay.
No, they didn't. They took an L.
Didn't. 15, 14.
I mean, that's $1 million.
They
made
took an L of $1 million.
They made it up on DVD sales. They made their money back.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't think
this is not a cult classic or a movie that anybody talks about like that.
In the 90s, they did.
I will give you this. I think you are right. That this is a movie that a bad movie that people just forgot about.
I feel maybe it's because I actually watched this movie and remember this movie, but I felt more comfortable reminiscing about this movie than I was about Baps, because Baps just didn't strike me. This movie struck me when I was younger, but it struck me because, again, ton of beautiful women, titties. I was 17. I'm all in. I want to learn how to be a player. I'm that nigga who walks to the mall and I'm trying to pull people, like all that kind of stuff. Now, though, this movie doesn't. I don't understand. I understand how this movie only made $14 million. Let me be honest with you, because it's made for people like us who were young adults and teenagers when this movie came out. My parents wouldn't watch this shit. If I asked them what How to Be a Player was about, they'd be like, "The fuck." I don't even think they watched it when it came out in '97.
You hit everything on the head right there. But you know what's funny about that? I can watch Willie Dynamite and the Mac and be like, I get it. I you know what I mean? I get the aura, the coolness. Not so cool because you know you're out here pimping women, but you get what I'm saying. The clothes, the drip, the money. I understand all that, and I can still look at it and be like, yeah, that man, you know, Willie Dynamite had some nice fists. Oh, he was cool. And then, but I can look at this and be like, I understand where I was at 17, 18 years old. I get it. But looking at it now, I'm just like, ew.
That's it. It's a ew movie. You're literally watching parts where, you know what struck me the most as an adult, Brandon? Honestly, what struck me the most as an adult was watching Buster's wife lie to Dray about her marriage and about her relationship. And then Buster comes home and it turns out that he's like this doting husband. He just really loves his plants.
She's like, no, that's not what that was. What that was is
like, we haven't had sex. We don't do this. We don't do that. But he was so happy for the opportunity to make love to her that it seemed like she was the one who wasn't giving it.
No, she knew he was. No, that's not what that was. No, what that was this nigga stayed talking about what he gonna do to me, and he don't never do shit. It's like the nigga said, "Oh, when I come home, I fuck the shit out of you," and then she get home and he falls asleep. That's what he was. That's exactly what he was. So when he came home, he was like, "Oh, look at you," because he came home, he's like, "What you wearing that for?" He didn't say, "Oh man, you look good as shit." Now he's like, "What you wearing that for? Let me check on my plants."
4 years of not having sex. Not 4 months, not 4 weeks, my nigga. 4 fucking years is what they decided to say.
So she went got her a young man.
Why the fuck are you wearing that? Because you ain't been fucking me?
No, he ain't been fucking her.
They just ain't been fucking at all.
It sounds like she been trying to, and he ain't and he ain't
That's
getting
how
it.
she-
But
That's how she hooked up with Dray.
in the part where Dre was in the house with that stupid ass, I heard you need to get your pipes clean shit. That was racist, by the way, making the voice of somebody who he thought was Indian or from another country. But in that scene, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to get something." He starts taking off his tie and all that shit. He was hella excited, and then Dre pops out.
Yeah, because he said, "Oh, I gotta get my ginseng. I'll be right back." I'm like,
Yeah, he wasn't about to do shit.
So-
That sound like a nigga that's not about to do shit. Let me go get my gas station pill so I can try to go
Let me go get my
get on
Hey,
this.
hey, nigga, we don't know what the ginseng was like in 1997. Ginseng could have been like the old Viagra. They might have had to tailor that down. But what I'm saying is, it seemed like that was the one scene where there was actually any real energy, was when Bernie Mac was on the scene.
Oh, Benny, that now I give you that. I may not have laughed like I normally laugh at the Bernie Mac scene, but he definitely no. You know, I'll be honest with you. Nobody in this film phoned it in. Nobody. The film they played the roles great. It just that
It just didn't land.
Over time, it just didn't stick with me.
Yeah, no,
That
and the
But
thing
this
is, like you
line
said,
was
nobody,
very popular back in the day.
Yeah, that you know, people still say that now. So yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
So it's not that anybody melded in. It's just that some of them niggas shouldn't have stamps to be able to mail anything in the first place. Like the energy level was different. And Bill Bellamy and Natalie Desselle and Bernie Mac and Katrina, yeah, they were all up here. They were all up here.
Yeah,
everybody else was here, maybe.
I've always said I always thought Pierre was better with stand-up than being in movies.
And this was where he kept trying to get into movies. This was the year where he tried to establish himself in movies, and I think he failed twice, honestly.
I mean,
wasn't he in Sprung?
Was that no? Have y'all done Sprung yet?
No,
but it's on my list.
Sprung was Joe Torre.
Oh,
and
Sprung is your boy.
And Russell Cundy. Yeah, I know it's Russell, but I don't think Pierre was in it.
Oh, by the way, no shock. We're going to do it because I just been thinking about it. After I saw this, I thought about Sprung. And I was like, I haven't seen it in so long.
So Pierre did 2 movies in 97, Baps and How to Be a Player. In 1999, he played the pimp in The Breaks. In 2001, he played in 2001 A Space Travesty and The Wash. 2002, he was in For the Love of Money. 2008, he played Cutting It Up Chicago as himself. That went straight to video. 2009, he played 4 Minutes. 2011, he played Slice. He played in Slice 2 and Slice 3. 2011, he played in those. 2014, Mad Black Men. 2017, Dirty South House Arrest. 2018, Real Logic. And 2024, Not Another Church Movie.
I'll say this. I think out of all those movies you said, the one that I seen that I enjoyed the most was probably The Breaks. No, The Breaks for me.
I don't think I've ever seen The Breaks.
I have. Funny. Then that's a movie that's definitely funny. This movie here is just, I think it's just, yeah. I'm sure it's somebody out there.
Oh, white kid who thought he was black.
Yes.
I remember that movie.
Yes.
Vaguely. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. This movie here is just, it's in 97's time space, and if you enjoyed it then,
good for you.
Good for I probably did enjoy it. Like I said, like a 17, 18-year-old kid, I probably did enjoy it. But as an older man,
the soundtrack was fucking crazy too. In 97, like it had Foxy and Drew Hill, and it was an amazing everything in 97. We're just not in 97 anymore. That's what Hindsight's about.
I think that's the problem. Yep.
That's where we are. Like, honestly, this had Down With Us with Redman on it. I used to love that fucking song. It had Big Bad Mama.
No, you know what Def Jam said? They were just like, look, if this movie fail, it's one thing that's not gonna fail. It's fucking soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Never seen before or heard before. I'm Eric Sermon, and I'm Eric Smith, or whatever, Paris Smith. I remember this fucking soundtrack. It was fucking incredible. I might have bought it.
I feel like I did.
And I loved the movie when it came out in 97 because, again, it was in my wheelhouse. But watching it as a 46-year-old man, it's like I could be doing so. There's better things I could be doing with my time.
You just look and you just be like, I guess. Like I watched the movie and I just sat here and I was just like, okay.
By the way, the movie
honestly,
hold on,
12
million, not 15. So it made money.
Okay,
on Box Office Mojo, it said the other numbers, but okay, that's good for it. This is a movie where if I sat downstairs and watched it while I folded clothes, because I'm old, if I sat down and watched this movie while I was folding clothes, I would have rolled my eyes through most of it. My son Kenny, who is 23, would have probably came out, sat down, watched it, and made jokes about it. My son Devin, who is 18, probably would have been in titty heaven. Yes. And I think that's the difference between the ages, because that's where we were. That's where I am now. That's where I would have been. If I'd seen this movie when I was 23, I would have been like, okay, cool. How to be a player. Let's go. And if I was 17, I would have been like, or 18, I would have been like, this is the best fucking movie that I've seen in a long time. All these women are beautiful. But now I'm just like, it was a movie.
I think they leaned, because Bill Bellamy, talented, right? Great comedian. But I think they leaned on this, he's a ladies' man thing. And I was just like, that's not been his stick. He's always been like an above average, good looking man that Black women loved, but he leaned on the comedy more than anything. If that makes any sense what I'm saying. He didn't lean on his looks, but they had this notion of, well, let's make him a player. And I would love to know the actors that read for this role as Dray. I would like to know who came in and said,
I don't think anyone read for the role. I think it was made for him.
You might be right. You absolutely, they may have saw Love Jones and was like, you know what? That's our Dray.
Let's find out.
This was a Def Jam movie.
Right?
Yeah, that's why they made sure he worked at Def Jam. It's actually interesting from that regard. Would have been
nice if you could have just incorporated some of the Def Jam artists of the time.
I was going to say, it's actually interesting that they didn't force feed.
You think they would?
Especially at that party.
Right. Foxy Brown performing or whatever, something.
He coming here next month too.
I think he's supposed to be coming to New York sometime too. The Bill Bellamy stand-up is phenomenal. He's great as a stand-up. And I think, again, Fastlane, one season, and that strike fucked them up. And Fastlane was a great TV show.
Yeah, it was. Yes. Yeah.
And they still did the ladies' man type thing over there. He's a cop, but they also had somebody, the white kid that he was working with. He could bounce off of him. They played well with each other. He didn't play well only with his sister, but you need him playing well with the homies in this film.
I agree with that.
Looking down on them boys, like, man, y'all just sorry.
Like somebody said,
he was trying to teach him. He was trying to teach him.
He was, but it was almost like this. Y'all'll never get it. He. But I'm gonna still try to kick game to y'all.
Exactly. And it's like I should not have to teach y'all.
Yes,
why the fuck are y'all why the fuck am I hanging out with y'all if I have to teach you how to be a player?
There is nowhere on this earth where any man who is in Bill Bellamy's wheelhouse will hang around 3 gentlemen like that. Maybe one, but not all 3. No,
loyal to his boys.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. And look, not gonna be taken well. Maybe, I don't know. There's no fucking way Dray would have hung out with Steel.
Dray would have hung out with who?
With Steel.
He would have hung out with Steel. He
wouldn't. The farting ass nigga who kept saying inappropriate stuff to all of the girls he talked to.
Okay. We've seen
in
countless
1997.
We've seen countless movies in that time period where there is that one guy, that one friend who just is. He just, he ain't gonna never be right. He ain't gonna never get right. But you saw at the end, he finally got the one, the nerdy girl that Bill Bellamy. He found his one. That's somebody for you. That's somebody for everybody.
Yeah, but what I'm
He
saying
was slow dancing and everything. I was so proud of my boy.
He figured it out in the end. He was chasing the wrong type of woman.
Yeah, but let's be honest. There's no way in 1997 that Dray, who's messing with these upper echelon women and doing these upper echelon things with Def Jam.
Right. I get
that's his boy. Why you keep saying that?
And again, the farting thing happened with AJ Johnson. It didn't happen with Pierre or Dre. It happened with him.
We know that's his boy because of how his mama was acting.
Because if you look at the friendship, if you look at the dynamics of that friendship, Steele, AJ Johnson, Pierre, Dre. But when they all together, they all together. Because remember, he told them, "Oh, y'all two go catch the bus."
He told them to catch the bus and told Pierre to come on with him.
You see what I'm saying?
And I think Pierre was his fucking cousin.
No, he lied and said that so he get in the house.
To get out of the house.
Okay. This movie is what we thought it would be, and it got the rating that it deserved.
I'll say this, Brandon. I apologize for being so angry about you picking this movie, because watching it now, it wasn't nothing to get angry about. It was just boring.
It's a harmless ass movie, but it's a harmless ass movie where after it's done, it's like, why did I watch that?
Because it was fine.
I get it. Why I understand why he picked it for the show, though. I do.
Yeah. So we can discuss it.
Good conversation piece.
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's movies that came out that made me feel like I can write a movie, not because I knew I could write a movie, but because movies like this were being made.
Well, yeah, you definitely. I mean, you could write something better than this.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like I could write something better than this because shit like this was being done. But
I told you this was on my bad movie list. I didn't say it was a good movie. I said it was.
He did say that. He definitely did say that.
I find this to be a fun movie with fine women. And
it definitely is, and it definitely is that woman at the party. She was amazing. Like,
I looked up all the women today, and Sherry looks incredible today. Incredible. And then Katrina, I don't know what happened to her.
Oh no, don't say it like that.
No, I'm saying like I think it might have been like
life,
substance abuse or something.
Let's just say life, because we don't know. Life, shit happens.
But the rest of them, and Natalie Desselle, she passed away a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
cancer. No, not Katrina. Lark Voorhies. I looked at pictures of Lark Voorhies.
Well, she had. I think she was going. I'm almost sure I read this at the time that I was wondering what was going on with her. She had some type of disease or something. So there's that.
She was kind of an it girl too.
Yep. I remember I was about to crash out the episode she was on Martin. I was like, what the fuck? Damn, Lisa, you still looking good? And I'm Lisa Turtle.
I'm boss to all employees, and I'm here to teach the principal because I've been saved by more bells than Lark Voorhies. Yeah, Beverly Johnson. That's who she was. That's who Buster's wife was. Okay.
Oh, that's who that was?
Yeah.
She was in a bunch of movies, right?
Yeah, no, she's a classic, like classic. And she was on Girlfriends in one episode. But yeah, no.
Only thing that could have made this movie better is if Candy Alexander was in it.
Yeah. From a Beautiful People sort of thing. Yeah, definitely.
They were missing her and Robin Givens. But I don't know. At this time, Robin Givens was starting to fall off.
Robin Givens wouldn't be on this. Yeah, she wouldn't be in this movie.
She was not, unless it was a huge payday for her. So I know she's not doing that.
No.
She like, as soon as she saw Def Jam, no.
Like, I'm shocked that there weren't more video vixens in this movie, to be honest with you.
You would think, but
after being a Def Jam movie.
Robin Givens wasn't in no position to be saying no to no movies during this time.
Look at her. Let's look at her filmography.
She did Blank Man.
But look who she did it with. She did it with Damon Wayans and David Allen Greer. Like, she knows.
Yeah, in 94.
Again, off of In Living Color. Are you insane? Yes, she's gonna do that. This is gonna do numbers.
Shortly after this movie came out, Amber, the white girl, started doing movies that were pretty much looked at as Cinemax softcore porn.
Amazing body.
She was a model.
And that's where she lived at. Sin City Diaries and lingerie.
Amazing body, so I understand.
She was on a show called The Rules of Attraction. The episode was Undressed to Get Screwed. Like,
was she ever on Emmanuel?
Everyone knows Emmanuel.
You got to, because boy, you thought you was the big time watching that. You reached peak.
Mm-hmm.
But next week's gonna be fun because we're gonna be able to look back at this and we're gonna look at Sprung and we're gonna be like, huh.
Well, it's not gonna be next week.
Well, not next week, but the next film we're gonna do a Sprung.
Okay,
that's my pick, and it's on Tubi, so it's easy.
All right, I will gladly watch a Rusty Cundiff movie, always, and it's actually pretty fucking funny.
And I haven't seen this movie correctly. In over maybe 8 or 9 years, so I don't even know what I'm about to watch.
Yeah, all I remember is that Joe Torre was hating more than he was hating when he was like, "Lead them hoes!" in Poetic Justice, and got Paula Jai Parker hating right next to him.
I always thought she should be bigger, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, everybody did.
So what are you picking?
He's picking Sprung.
No, you're next.
Oh, you're next.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
What are you talking about? It goes Rashani, Jeff, me.
Oh, you might be right.
Last week we did Caught Up.
I think you are after Brandon. My bad.
I thought he froze. He'll come back.
Yeah.
We did do Caught Up.
Yes. You are next.
Bad. You next.
We did do fucking Caught Up. Oh my God.
I got ahead of myself.
I forgot about that fucking movie. You know why I forgot about that fucking movie, Brandon? Do you know why I forgot about Caught Up, Brandon? Because you never sent me the audio for Caught Up, Brandon.
Yeah, it did.
So it never got posted.
I sent you that.
Did you though?
I did. I think.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure because I see it here.
I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go back and see because I did not post that shit. I walked right past it. Oh shit! So that means it's my turn.
Yeah, I shared it.
Can you send it to me again, my friend? Because no, I don't have it.
You still have it. It should be in your Google Drive. It says share with Derek.
What the fuck did I do? Now I got to go look at Hindsight shows. Okay, I'm gonna find it. Ladies and gentlemen, now you get to see how I be fucking up. You get to see behind the scenes as Rashani fucks up.
You froze again? Brandon, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, he froze. He back now. And he's gone again. Should we just close it out?
Figure it out. But we got to find out what he gonna watch so they know what.
Yeah, man. Y'all seeing all this chaos happen in real time.
Yeah, he'll be back. But until he gets back, see, I am upset because I gotta record tomorrow, Jeff. For House of the Dragon. I don't want to record tomorrow for House of the Dragon. I want to watch Mexico versus England in the World Cup, which is going to be like the greatest sports atmosphere in the history of sports.
It's going to be electric.
114,000 people in Mexico City in atmosphere against England.
Electric.
England wanted to go there early to get used to the altitude, and they couldn't go because they was told, if y'all show up, y'all can get your food poisoned and get harassed to death in the hotel. So y'all best not show up until a couple days before. That's going to be insane tomorrow night. And I got to watch House of the Dragon and then record live.
Hey, man. We do.
You do what you have to do to get paid.
What are you going to pick, Rashani? What's on your list?
I guess I have to fucking... Gosh. I have to go back and do Caught Up. I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, I know exactly what movie I'm doing. We're doing The Warriors.
Warriors.
What the fuck is that?
You know the Warriors are. Stop playing.
Warriors.
Come out and play.
And the reason why we're doing The Warriors is because recently I found out they're doing a musical of The Warriors in April. Lin-Manuel Miranda is doing a play, a Broadway show for it. And last year he put out a concept album of The Warriors, featuring an all female, an all girl, all lady version of The Warriors themselves. And the concept album was so dope. I listened to it like 8 times, and I was like, you know what? This is the movie we're gonna talk about. So
put this in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. There's 2 things we're gonna talk about when we talk about Warriors. Well, specifically me. First of all, we're gonna talk about why the fuck were the baseball fury a thing.
Oh my God, when them niggas stopped running, as soon as they didn't have them bats no more, you know what else we're gonna talk about? Why the fuck you shouldn't be the leader of a gang when you're wearing roller skates?
Look, Ajax whooped their ass with, man, all right, man. Y'all got bats, so y'all got your ass beat, and y'all a base, whatever. Okay, we gonna talk about them, and we gonna talk about, what's the other group? Oh, shit. It was another group that just bugged me. I was like,
the Orphans, the Livies,
the Orphans. There you go. The Orphans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of questions I got about the Orphans.
Yeah.
And Brandon, you never seen the Warriors before?
No, I've never seen
Legit.
it.
Oh my God.
You're about to have a wonderful time.
The Warriors is a classic.
Classic. Walter Hill.
And one thing I want you to keep in mind, knowing now that you've never seen The Warriors, is that it's based on Greek mythology. So, Jeff, with that said, the Lithies were the sirens of Greek mythology.
Lizzie's, I remember when I was a kid, I was like, something don't seem right about this. This seems too easy. And I was like, yeah, okay. What I thought is happening right there.
You know what's funny is that it wasn't until I got older that I realized the Lizzie's were probably all lesbian.
Yeah.
And Rembrandt was gay. So they bounced off each other.
I'll save it.
Yeah.
I'll save it.
I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to be in a couple weeks before we get to
I do like that the Warriors.
I love that movie.
They didn't judge him
not at all. At all. And not even Ajax, who was a fucking asshole.
Exactly. And Ajax is the most, I forgot how long ago, I think me and Shaheed did it like 4 years, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I was just like, God, Ajax is the worst. Everything he says is just horrible. Mm-hmm. You can't say any of this shit that he was saying.
Nope. But it's also indicative of New York in the 70s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Big time.
The fucking wasteland it was and the fucking wasteland it was going to be. So, yeah, I guess we're going to be like a week ahead now because I'm going to put out Caught Up today.
Nobody's the wiser.
And How to Be a Player will come out next week. And then when I get back from New York, we'll talk about the Bronx. Brandon, I just got one question for you, bro. Can you count, sucker?
What's that?
I say the future is yours if you can count.
Is that from this movie?
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? I love the Warriors so
They love
much.
you, Cyrus. Boy, boy's going crazy over Cyrus.
So, in the musical concept album that came out, and if you have Spotify, you should really check it out, Jeff, because I think you'd love it. But Cyrus is played by Lauryn Hill.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And she sings that entire script. She sings that entire scene.
That sings on brand.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
It's all a musical, but it's a dope ass concept. Like, Brandon, you can't listen to it, but Jeff, you should definitely listen to it. It's just called The Warriors, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. We greatly do appreciate it. Go ahead and pound that subscribe button, tickle the balls of that like button. Thanks for listening. We'll holler at you later. Peace.